Hello and welcome to another MessageBird developer tutorial. Today we'll show you how to build instant lead alerts with MessageBird's SMS API using Node.js. You can either walk through the tutorial with us here or get started now by downloading the sample application in the MessageBird developers portal using the link in the description. First things first, let's open a console pointed at the directory into which you've cloned or downloaded the sample application and run npm install. This will download the dependencies defined in the package.json file, including the MessageBird SDK, which is used to send messages. You can load the SDK with the statement in index.js. To get the application running, you'll need to create or retrieve your API key in the MessageBird dashboard. As you can see here, the key is set as a parameter when including the SDK, and it's loaded from an environment variable called MessageBird API key. With .env, you can define these variables in an env file. The sample repository contains an env example file, which will first copy to env and then enter the required information. Apart from the API key, we'll also specify the originator, otherwise known as the sender ID. This is what is displayed as the sender of the messages. Don't forget that alphanumeric sender IDs, like the one in our example file, don't work in all countries. If you can't use alphanumeric IDs, use a real phone number instead. Next, we'll specify the sales agent's telephone numbers. These numbers will be the recipients of the SMS alerts when a potential customer submits the callback form. You can separate multiple numbers with commas, and remember to use international format when entering the numbers. Now let's create the landing page. We'll store this page in the file Views Landing Handlebars. This will extend the layout stored in Views Layouts main handlebars. We've built a simple HTML page with information about our company, a call to action, and a form with two input fields, name and number, and a submit button. We use handlebars templates to compose the view with a layout and have the ability to show dynamic content. We define a route in index.js, which is responsible for rendering it. Next, when the user submits the form, the post call me route is activated. First, we do some validation and check if the user has provided input for all form fields, and if not, show an error. Then, we define where to send the message. As you saw a few moments ago, we specified multiple recipient numbers in the sales agent numbers environment variable. In this case, we have decided to randomly distribute incoming calls to our sales agents so that every salesperson receives roughly the same amount of leads. To do so, we first convert the comma-separated values to an array using split. Then we choose a random index between 0 and the count of numbers and pick that number. Now we can formulate a message for the agent and send it through the MessageBird SDK using the MessageBird messages create method. There are three parameters. The originator is the sender ID and comes from the environment variable defined earlier. For recipients, the API expects an array with one or more numbers. In this case, we'll only add one. In the body, we specify the text of the message, which will include the input from the form. The API request is asynchronous and executes a callback function once it's complete, which has two parameters, error and response. Inside this function, we handle the error case by showing the previous form again and inform the user that something went wrong. In the success case, we show a basic confirmation page which you can view in Views Sent Handlebars. In both cases, there's also a console log statement that sends the API response to the console for debugging. Now go to your console and run npm start. Open localhost in your browser to see the form and request a lead. It will arrive on your phone. And that's it. Nice work. We've just built instant lead alerts for sales using the MessageBird SMS API. That concludes our tutorial. For more guides on how to build communication solutions with our SMS, voice, and chat APIs, please visit the MessageBird YouTube channel and developer portal. Thanks for listening.